Well, hello. So good to see you. I'm looking forward to guiding you through today's LIIT workout. For today's workout, keeping in mind that many people might be on vacation, we're going to use just some floor space and we're going to stay down on the floor. Let's actually get started with our warm up down here. Go ahead, come on into tabletop. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And give me a couple of cat cows right here. Pressing into your hands, palms, looking towards your knees to your chest. And then as you change your breath, pulling your chest forward towards your triceps, finding an arch in your back, looking up with your eyes and a stretch in your throat as well. Hi, everybody. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and I'm going to guide you through today's LIIT workout, which you can do with or without shoes on in whatever kind of space that you have. Awesome. We'll take a couple more seconds here, just warming up our spine with a little bit of cat cow. One more time in each direction. And if you feel moved, to give it a couple little shakes or shimmies, to take a little twist on your own, then go for it. And then bring your glutes back towards your heels. Let's make a couple circles with our hands in one direction and circles with our hands in the opposite direction. Open and closing your fists a couple times, and then even shaking your hands out completely. All right. Relax your arms down by your side. Take a deep inhale. Draw your shoulders up, back, and exhale down. One more time. Shoulders draw up, back, and exhale down. Awesome. Let's get right into the workout. We're going to go for some lower intensity intervals today. And as we move throughout the workout, option to make things a little bit more challenging. Our first move is going to be a plank. If you're not ready for a full plank yet, you're going to like round number one. Starting from tabletop, we're just going to send one leg back behind us. As you send that leg back, turning your hip down to the floor, two hips down towards the floor, some pressure into your back foot, shoulders still away from your ears, low belly in. See if you can lift your knee up off the floor. And we're just going to alternate, extending one leg back, lifting our knee off the floor, one and then the other. As always, we're going to go for 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of optional rest, or you can keep going for a full minute. We've got 4 rounds to get through. Let's get started with our modified plank in 3, 2, 1. So shoulders away from your ears in your tabletop. Step one leg back. Squeeze your glute, low belly pulled in. Lift a knee off the floor just to hover. Bring it back in. So switching from tabletop into opposite leg extended. Glute squeeze, hip towards the floor. Finding that little lift of your knee. If you're ready to take and hold a full plank, then I encourage you to find that full plank right now. Otherwise, we're just going to keep alternating that march and step back, that lift of your knee. And you can keep doing this all 4 rounds, just this modified plank, taking your time. There's no rush, thinking about squeezing your glute, having your hip turned down, finding that lift of your knee. We got a couple seconds left if you're going for the full minute. Let me tell you what our next move is. We got 10 seconds till it gets started. Flipping over onto your glutes, we have a Russian twist. So chest is lifted. We're going to rotate from our core and try and tap the floor next to us. Let's begin. So chest stays lifted. Use your exhale, belly pulled in to rotate from side to side. You can keep things pretty easy, keeping your head stacked pretty much over your hips as I have now, or you can increase the challenge by increasing your lean back. If leaning back means that you find yourself rounding, then pull yourself back up. Legs can be bent, legs can also be straight for a slightly different challenge, and really see if you can work to twist and tap down to the floor. Get that full range of motion, feel your back gently activate. If you'd like to rest at the 40 seconds, it's right now. Otherwise, you can keep going for 20 more seconds. Our next move, we're going to come back into tabletop for a beautiful glute kickback. So make your way into your tabletop. We'll get just one leg this round through. Fingers spread nice and wide. Bend your knee so that your thigh is parallel to the floor. On the exhale, squeeze your glute. Your foot lifts a little. On the inhale, release. Exhale up. Inhale down. Now, while you're doing this move, low belly stays drawn in, shoulders stay pulled away from your ears, and check out if the knee that's on the floor is pretty likely your hips might be trying to shift to that side. So while this motion is happening and we're focusing on that lifted leg glute working, also think towards squeezing your inner thighs in towards each other. You're still using that exhale to find that squeeze and lift. And if you want to stop at 40 seconds, it is right now. I'm going to take the rest at 40 seconds, come off my hands. And our last move in the circuit starts here on our knees. We're going to go for a little kneeling get up. So in 5 seconds, you can join me, pressing yourself up onto your knees. And for round one, we're just going to bring a foot forward like this. Foot comes forward, whole foot comes down to the floor. Come back to your kneeling and then switch. Let's get started. We've got just about 30 more seconds if you're only going for 40 seconds at a time. And just like the other moves, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ramp this one up as we go through. This might be exactly where you want to stay for all 4 circuits. We're working on some mobility in your hips right now, and you might find it's hard to get that foot forward. So if you're tapping that leg all the way around, then keep doing that. And I'm so proud of you for showing up however you're moving today. We got 20 more optional seconds right here as we work on that kneeling get up, getting that foot down and your heel to the floor in front of you. Do you remember what our first move is? It starts in 10 seconds and we're coming on back through to the plank, either that modified plank or a regular plank. You can have your plank on your knees here. Try not to let that belly sink down towards the floor though. So shoulders are engaged, pulled back away from your ears, eye gazes down to the floor, a nice flat back. If you're in your plank and you need a break, instead of bringing your both knees back to the floor, can you even send your hips up towards the ceiling? Take a moment actively recovering in your down dog. You can have a generous bend in your knees. And when you're ready, find that challenge again, shifting yourself forward. So maybe you stay in your plank a long time. Maybe you stay in your down dog for a long time because it is still active recovery. You got 20 optional seconds before we'll come back into that Russian twist. Remember, it's not all or nothing. It's what can you do with the body that you have today. And your best is always enough. I'm going to keep this plank for 3, 2, 1, right into that Russian twist. Onto your glutes, chest is lifted, sternum stretching up towards the ceiling. Find this rotation. If you want a little bit more, maybe even lift one leg up into tabletop. If you're ready for even more, you can lift both legs up into tabletop, still finding that rotation side to side. If you lifted both legs up and you found that your back hurts or that it's rounding, place one or both feet back down on the floor and just come back to your smooth and steady twist. Make sure you're still breathing for 3, 2, if you're stopping at 40 seconds, it's right now. Otherwise, you know you have that option to keep going for a full minute. We're going to get that opposite leg for our glute kickback in just 10 seconds. You can set yourself up now, or you can rush into it in 3, 2, 1. So get your setup and then take your time here. Opposite leg is lifted. Your foot is flexed towards your knee. And then that exhale, little squeeze and lift. So you're not just trying to kick your leg up. You're trying to squeeze your glute to get your leg to lift about an inch. Shoulders away from ears, low belly still pulled in, inner thighs squeezing towards each other so you're not leaning too much towards the side of the leg you still have on the floor. We got 10 seconds left in our 40 seconds of work. We're almost finished round 1. If you'd like to stop at 40 seconds, the time is right now. I'm going to take it and we're going to prep for our next kneeling get up. I'm going to do the same move this time through for the kneeling get up, but in the last 2 rounds, I'm going to turn it into a lunge. So back up onto your knees, still just warming everything up. We're bringing that one foot all the way forward. Let's get started. One foot comes all the way forward and then bring it right back. You can even start to put a little pressure into the heel into the sole of the foot coming onto the floor. Feel those glutes activate one more time. So not just putting feet on the floor and squeeze as if you were about to stand up. Lots more engagement into your quads, into your glutes, into your hamstrings. We got 10 seconds left here if you're sticking with just 40 seconds. Otherwise, you're halfway through. Nice work. There's your 40 seconds if you want to take a break. Otherwise, still just warming up these hips here. We're coming back down onto the mat in 5 seconds for your plank prep. Maybe your plank with down dog. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. If you want a little bit of a different challenge, instead of pressing up into down dog for a break, you can increase the challenge by walking your legs in so knees hover off the floor in bear, and then walking your legs back out to a plank. Still need a break? Take a down dog once your legs come back into your plank, then plank, walk into bear, walk out to plank. Option to send it up for your down dog. Great. These are all the moves that I'm going to be suggesting for the first exercise. We're going to get one more time through. Here's your 40-second break. You can take it. If you take it, come on onto your glutes and set yourself up for your Russian twist. Otherwise, optional 10 seconds to keep moving with your plank option. I'm going to switch onto my glutes. Let's get those Russian twists. I lifted the right leg last time, so I'm going to take a little lift of the left leg this time. But I'd like to remind you that both sides of the body are not the same. So please do whatever feels right for you for this side of the body. Maybe it's stronger. Maybe it's your weaker side. Remember, it's not all or nothing. What can you do with the body you have today? So maybe you take 1 or 2 twists with the leg lifted, 1 or 2 twists with the legs lowered. Remember, chest is staying up, low belly is staying in. We're not round through the back like a string is pulling your sternum up towards the ceiling. There's your 40-second break if you choose to take it. You can pick whichever leg you would like for our next glute kickback, because we're going to do each leg one more time. Less than 10 seconds till we start that third exercise. So I'm going to make my way into tabletop, spread fingers wide, shoulders away from ears, low belly in, getting that thigh parallel to the floor, flexing your toe to your knee, and then exhale, squeeze and lift, inhale, lower. You can keep that squeeze and lift nice and long for the full length of your exhale. Check out if your weight is shifting, if your hips are shifting, for whichever knee you still have down on the floor. Ten seconds left. Shoulders away from ears, eye gaze down to the floor, no extra wrinkles in your neck. 3, 2, here's your 40 seconds. I'm going to take that 40-second rest. I'm going to remove my sweatshirt because it's getting real warm in here. Next up, we're going to add into our kneeling get up by turning it into a lunge. Are you ready? So press up onto your knees in 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring one foot forward. We're going to tuck that back toe under. We're going to lift the back knee up off of the floor. Really long, deep lunge. Bring that back knee down. Switch out the legs. Front foot comes forward. Back toe tucks under. Press through that heel, squeeze and lift, and then lower. And if that doesn't feel right for you, then you can just stick with your regular kneeling get up as we were doing it. Just giving you an extra option to find a way to activate your glutes a little bit more. You warmed them up in rounds 1 and 2, and you're working them here in round 3. That's your 40 seconds of break, which you're welcome to take. We got one more time through each 4 moves starting in 10 seconds. So get ready for your version of a plank for today in 3, 2, 1. Great. If you're finding your plank that you feel real wiggly wobbly, open your feet a little bit wider. Nice wide feet at the back of the mat can help you feel like a real stable base. You have all the same options as before. Enjoying a long down dog, stretching your shoulders in active recovery, walking your knees into hover for bear, or even that one knee on the floor, finding your lift and alternating through to just create a challenge for yourself so that you can see a change in your strength, in your mind, mind over matter. We got our last 20 seconds of some form of plank. One last time through, coming your way of those Russian twists. In 3, 2, 1. Take your time. Make your way to your glutes. Once you get there, get started. Remember, you can lift one leg, you can lift the other leg, you can alternate lifting one leg and then the other leg. You can try and lift them both. If you lifted them both and their rounding came to your back, put at least one of them down. Option to also enjoy this straight legged Russian twist. I know you see me really trying to tap down on the floor behind my hip. We're at that 40 seconds right now. If you want that extra break, take it. We're going to get our last leg. I'm starting to forget which leg I need to move. It's okay. I'll check the video. I'll get it one more time when we're done. So flip on over, come back to your tabletop. Let's get what might be your opposite leg one last time. So remember, you're going to use your exhale to squeeze and lift, and it can be a short exhale, inhale down, or you can use the full length of your exhale, squeeze and lift, and then gentle lower. Shoulders still drawn away from your ears. Fingers can spread nice and wide. No wrinkles in the neck right here. You're more than halfway through. If you're going for 40 seconds, you get to take a break in 3, 2, 1. If you're going for a minute, you got 20 more seconds before we'll find our last kneeling get up into that lunge. For 3, 2, 1. Set yourself up. Lift your chest. Let's bring one foot forward. Back toe tucks under. Lift your knee up. Carefully lower down. You might even find that you want or need to double your mat up here. I want you to be as intentional with your lift and lower as possible. And you might even need a chair or something to help you to find that lift and lower. And please use the props and the space that you have around you, even though I am encouraging you to enjoy this no equipment workout so you can get some movement even while you're traveling. Awesome. There's your 40-second break. The more that you focus your eyes somewhere too, the easier your balance is going to be. I know here towards the end, I'm moving my eyes all around. You could see my body moving all around too for 3, 2, 1. Great. Bring your hands, palms back down to the floor. Press into your palms. Look towards your chest, towards your belly button. Nice, really slow cat. Pull your chest all the way forward and through. Nice, really slow cow. Let's go one more time in each direction. Nice slow cat, chin towards your chest. Nice slow cow, pulling your chest forward. We work those obliques just a bit and those shoulders. So back to your neutral tabletop. Right hand stays on the floor. Inhale your left arm high to the sky. And then we're just going to reach through. Left arm reaches through and under like you're trying to touch the right wall. And then inhale arm back up to the sky. One more time. Exhale, reach through and under. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, left hand down to the floor. One really slow cat. One really slow cow. Neutral tabletop. Inhale, right arm high to the sky. Exhale, find your gentle little weave, just reaching through. Inhale, high to the sky. Exhale, find your weave. Once more, inhale, high to the sky. Exhale, both hands down to the floor. Great. Press yourself back up into kneeling where we were working from today. One foot comes forward. We've done that many times. This time, press that back knee down towards the floor. A big squeeze of this back side glute. Feel your hip flexor opening. If you want even more of a stretch, you can shift the weight forward. Feel it a little bit more in that back leg quad. Hands can be right here, relaxing on your thigh. On your next inhale, send your hips back. Let's switch those legs out. Coming back to that 90-degree angle. Push that back knee down to the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Chest is lifted. You can stay right here. Or you can shift the weight forward. Get a little bit more of a stretch into your quad. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bring your left knee to meet with your right. Hands come down to the floor. Slide your glutes back towards your heels. Stretch your arms forward towards the top of the mat. If that's too much on your shoulders, as generous of a bending your elbows as you need. And let's take a nice big stretch of the low back. Walk your hands to the top of the mat. Look forward. Pull your chest all the way forward. Pelvis comes down to the floor. Shoulders away from your ears. Look up. Chin neutral to the floor. Look over one shoulder. Chin neutral again. Look over the opposite shoulder. Great. Send your glutes back towards your heels. Walk your hands back into your tabletop. Tuck your toes under. Hips up. Pedal through your heels. Nice stretch into your calves. Walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Bring your belly to your thighs. Generous bend of your knees so that your legs are a shelf that your body is touching. Take a moment, shake your head yes. Shake your head no. And then slowly roll yourself all the way up. Head stacks over heart, over hips, over heels. Stretch your fingers down to the floor. Take a moment, decompress your shoulders. One more big inhale. Exhale, let it go because you did it. I'm so proud of you. I hope that you're so proud of yourself as well. Can't wait to see you for even more workouts in the new year. Till then, have a wonderful rest of your day.